Breaking news this hour. A multinational alliance has launched a massive coordinated strike designated Operation Loop, a devastating blow against a key naval command center linked to Iranian forces in the region. We are getting confirmed reports of cruise missile and stealth fighter involvement in a complex multi-axis attack. This is a rapidly developing situation, and we are tracking all incoming data. This appears to be a significant escalation with potential global ramifications. The initial wave reportedly involved long-range standoff weapons launched from Naval assets in the Red Sea and the Eastern Mediterranean. These were likely Tomahawk cruise missiles, or their European equivalents such as the SCALP. These subsonic low-flying terrain-hugging munitions would have approached the target from multiple vectors, confusing enemy air defenses. We are also receiving preliminary data suggesting a second wave followed this initial barrage. This second wave is said to have included fifth-generation fighter aircraft. We are talking about F-35. Lightning I is their exact origin is unconfirmed at this time, but they could have been operating from Allied bases in the region, or from a U.S. Navy carrier strike group in international airspace. These stealth platforms would have launched precision-guided munitions, likely Joint Direct Attack Munitions or JDAMs, to target hardened facilities within the command center complex. The entire operation was likely orchestrated by a joint air operations center, possibly located in Qatar or aboard a U.S. command and control aircraft like the E-3 Sentry. This allowed for seamless coordination between naval surface groups and air assets from multiple nations. The target was a high-value naval command and control node believed to be instrumental in coordinating weapons shipments and intelligence. For proxy groups across the Middle East, its destruction severely degrades the enemy ability to project naval power and monitor maritime traffic in the strategic Strait of Hormuz and the wider Persian Gulf. Early satellite imagery analysis shows massive structural damage to the main communications array, the primary radar installation, and several underground bunker entrances. Secondary explosions were reported for over an hour after the initial impact, indicating the presence of stored ammunition or fuel sources at the site. Local sources described a continuous series of blasts that lit up the night sky. The sound of jet engines was heard moments before the explosions began, suggesting the F-35s may have been conducting a follow-on assessment or engaging time-sensitive targets of opportunity. The Israeli Air Force is believed to have played a key role in this operation, though Jerusalem has not yet issued an official statement. Their long-standing expertise in deep strike missions and their advanced F-35 IA variants make them a prime candidate for executing the most sensitive phases of this attack. The operation was given the name Loop, which could be a military acronym for a coordinated long-range operational strike package. The timing of this attack is critical. It comes amid heightened tensions and follows several incidents involving drone and missile attacks on international shipping. This multinational action sends a clear message of deterrence to Tehran and its allies. The alliance involved includes the United States, the United Kingdom, and potentially France and other European partners. This demonstrates a unified front and a shared commitment to ensuring freedom of navigation in one of the world's most crucial oil transit choke points. The Pentagon has scheduled a press briefing for later today. We expect more details to emerge regarding the specific units involved in the battle damage assessment. The Russian and Chinese governments are monitoring the situation closely and have likely already issued private diplomatic protests. The United Nations Security Council will likely convene an emergency session to discuss the legality and implications of this military action. The strategic impact of Operation Loop cannot be overstated. By neutralizing this naval command center, the alliance has effectively blinded a significant portion of the enemy coastal defense network. This will make it considerably more difficult for them to track us and Allied warships in the region. It also disrupts the chain of command for fast attack craft and missile boats that have harassed commercial vessels in the past. The use of fifth-generation fighters in this raid is a textbook example of modern network-centric warfare. The F-35s, acting as flying sensor nodes, would have shared target data with each other, and with the command center in real time, allowing them to adjust their attack profile based on the damage inflicted by the initial cruise missile salvo. This sensor fusion capability is a game-changer. It ensures a higher probability of mission success against sophisticated integrated air defense systems. We are now analyzing the potential for retaliation history. tells us that a strike of this magnitude will not go unanswered. We could see a surge in attacks by proxy militias in Iraq and Syria. There is also an increased risk of asymmetric naval attacks using unmanned surface vessels or advanced naval mines deployed in busy shipping lanes. The Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps Navy may also attempt to stage a show of force by conducting missile tests or deploying its fleet of small boats in a coordinated swarm exercise as a demonstration of its residual capability. The broader geopolitical context is crucial. This operation occurs while ceasefire negotiations are stalled in other conflict zones. It appears the alliance is shifting its strategy from a defensive posture to a more proactive one, aimed at degrading enemy military infrastructure directly. This is a significant policy shift, and it signals a new phase of confrontation, the role of intelligence in planning. Operation Loop would have been immense signals intelligence from aircraft like the RC-135 Rivet, joint geospatial intelligence from satellites, and human intelligence from assets on the ground all would have been fused together to create a comprehensive target package. The planners would have identified the most vulnerable points of the facility, such as power substations, ventilation shafts for underground complexes, and the foundations of key communication towers. The weapons used would have been selected for their specific effects. Some bunker-busting munitions for hardened structures, and thermobaric weapons for soft targets. Inside larger hangars, the goal is total functional destruction, not just superficial damage. We will continue to update you as more information becomes available. Stay with Skies of Conflict for the latest on this developing story. Our team is monitoring military frequencies, satellite imagery feeds, and official statements from all involved governments. The Skies of Conflict are active once again, and we are here to bring you every detail. This has been a breaking news alert.